skip it. See it or skip it. See it or skip it.
Welcome to a new See It or Skip It, where it is time to talk about the Oscars. That's right. Coming this Sunday, we're all going to be sat and watching and acting like it's the Super Bowl, because it is our Super Bowl. We're going to be giving you all of the tips of who you should be voting for when it comes to your watch party. And maybe if, end up doing bets and stuff, we might be a little helpful.
Sponsored by DraftKings.
For
Take it easy.
entertainment purposes only. This is your time.
Yeah. Sportsbook Pro, there's no age limit.
No.
Holly Market.
Yep. I am joined once again by my favorite people that can be on the show with me. We got Kent Dunn, Rebecca Frost, and Tracy Mangum.
Yeah. Is there a dress code for the Oscars? Or can we wear like sweats and
I'm
a
all
cozy
PJs
blanket?
for this time.
Okay, there we go.
Last year I went a little bit wild. I was like, let's do the substance, be all,
remember that.
Not the ending, but
I was going to say you dressed to me more.
crazy prosthetic effects and stuff.
Yeah.
But this time it's like low key,
Good.
Who needs to do?
It is
who needs to be
almost
dolled
4
up?
hours, so.
4-hour show plus whatever the pre-Oscar stuff will be going, and you can watch that, by the way, on ABC4. Figure we got to make sure to plug that too.
Indeed, yeah.
Yep. What about you? What are you wearing?
I am wearing cozy sweats for sure. Yeah.
Cozy sweats?
Yeah, I'll be in my best rose burn.
Excellent. Yeah, I wanted to try and find like some tuxedo pajamas, but it didn't happen.
Like a onesie.
I think you've got Aunt Gladys in the closet that you can.
I do still have my Aunt Gladys costume. Yeah. I could
That would be pretty fun.
cheer her on and get that win for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, with that being said, let's talk real quick about where you're going to be able to find See It or Skip It later, because this is unfortunately the last time that we're going to have this beautiful set to be able to talk to you about movies. So where can you go? Go to our YouTube. Go to our Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you go to look at movie reviews. We're going to be there. So search See It or Skip It and make sure that you follow along with us, because we're getting into the next chapter, and it's only going to get cooler from here. So excited to see that. But let's jump into the Oscars.
Okay.
So is it appropriate that we start with the top, or do we kind of start with the lower and then
I feel like
work our
we
way?
should start at the lower categories,
Work your
work
way
our
up
way
to
up.
the-
Okay.
Yeah.
With that
Opening
in
act.
mind, I think technical awards are so important, and editing is the first one that I want to bring up. So
Yeah, shocker that No Other Choice is not even on the list.
Right? Yeah.
what we have on the list, we've got F1, we've got Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. My pick is F1. Kent?
I would also like to say F1. I really loved F1. It's a blockbuster. Maybe doesn't quite belong in like some other categories, but I really like it here.
Editing for that alone, it's just insane how they were able to do so much. But any difference?
This is the beginning of me sounding like a broken record because Sinners. I think it should go to Sinners.
You and I might be on the same broken record.
I kind of think Sinners should sweep this year.
Well,
Sinners sweep.
It has the most amount of nominations ever for a movie, so it's going to take probably a fair amount of those.
Yeah.
And it's clearly winning more and more stuff right now. Michael B. Jordan is
F1
recently
is
winning.
F1 is the flashy edit.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, I can see the edit, I understand it. Sinners is much more of a subtle.
You had to do Michael B. Jordan twice.
Yeah.
I do think there's a good chance One Battle After Another may take that from Sinners, though.
Sure.
Sure.
I just speak personally as a mini go-kart Formula One driver. Well, I did the episode. Not as easy to edit those races to make them coherent.
That's fair.
That's where I'm thinking that we might get that. But moving on to visual effects. Now, this one I think is going to be a toss-up between two. Avatar Fire and Ash and The Lost Bus. F1, obviously incredible, and you can barely tell where the effects are.
All those fireworks.
Jurassic World Rebirth, nah.
Yeah, it's Snickers bars.
Yeah, and Sinners.
Yeah.
Are we going sweep again?
Well,
Or are
okay.
we going to choose the right option?
What's the right option?
It's Avatar.
It's the animated film Avatar.
It's got to be.
Tired of this,
animated
Grandpa. I don't want Avatar to
Yeah,
win.
but it's one for each of the movies it's released. And
Cool,
it really
it's had enough. Give it to The Lost Bus, the movie literally nobody's heard of.
seen.
See, that's very Oscar to give it to the one that nobody's heard of.
It's true.
Yeah.
But it is incredible.
Do you guys remember when Godzilla won?
Yeah.
That was
good days.
that was fun.
That was
Yeah,
good
that was really fun.
I do. It's. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Avatar on this one. The amount of work that they have to do and the amount of the seamless quality of it. When I saw Avatar on the IMAX, I said, well, that's where all the visual artists for all these other movies have been for the last couple of years. That's why all the visual effects for the last couple of years have kind of been so bad, because everybody was working on Avatar for so long.
Yeah.
You know, I think adds to that too.
Quantumania,
It's
the
awful
Unreal Engine.
because, yeah.
It's Unreal
You're right.
Engine. Like this video game concept that Cyberpunk did.
But it's so...
Everyone is using it, so it all looks the same, grayed out little background thing.
And to that point, you look at Marvel movies or any superhero movies now, and you're like, it's a little dodgy, right? They didn't give the artists enough time.
Right.
Whereas Avatar, James Cameron would probably accept nothing but perfection, and it is perfection.
And he gave them years to
Right.
work on it, whereas everybody else is like, okay, you got 6 months, go.
Totally.
Yeah.
The fact that you're building off of each movie too and only improving. I will say this is the first Avatar where I was watching going, this isn't the big spectacle of like, can't believe we're in this new era of graphics that we were from the previous two, but you gotta respect and acknowledge like, the water was real wet. It was real,
There wasn't the
fiery.
giant jump in quality, but it's still, the quality is just incredible.
Personally, I can't pick either because fire bad. So both Lost Bus and Avatar.
Yeah. Known fire hater.
Known fire hater. Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about the production and costume design together. Because I do think this, in my opinion, is both going to be going to Frankenstein at the end of it. But there are some other options. So costume design has got Avatar, which is, I guess, motion capture.
Digital?
Suits. Yeah, that's interesting. Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. And then for production, we've got Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Hamnet. So really not that big a difference. Is there a pick that stands out to you?
I mean, like you said, Frankenstein, I think, is a great choice for this particular category. Yeah.
I think they definitely want to give some love to Guillermo, and this is an easy way to do that. Really overlook Marty Supreme, because if you watch a lot of the movies that are set back into a distant time period, you look at it and you go, yeah, that doesn't look right. Whereas in Marty Supreme,
was accurate.
I was like, that makes me think that it was almost filmed back in the 1950s. Like there was something to that where the weight of the fabric or the set design, sometimes you can tell. Sometimes you're like, it feels like a set that their modern day people are trying to live in. And this felt like it actually existed back then.
That's your pick.
So it's kind of a dark horse, but I'm gonna still go with Frankenstein.
Okay.
Honorable mention, Sinners. I think Sinners, like geographically.
For costume design is specific.
Yeah, totally. Even though they did take from the Blade movie, when the Blade was supposed to use those
Right,
costumes.
yeah.
Move past that.
Yeah, Sinners used them so well, right?
Right.
And just where it's at, the big barn and everything, everything made sense.
Bar burner.
Did you watch the Ryan Coogler video of the test for like the costumes and makeup?
Yeah.
Where Ryan Coogler is the goat of explaining the movie and what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, but Frankenstein will win.
Frankenstein, you can't discount how much attention to detail Guillermo del Toro puts in all of his movies. And that's why he's so respectable, like, because he loves the art. And he's so against using, like, all green screen. He wants to build a set that he can see. He wants to see the costume on this creature and on, like, Oscar Isaac and Mia Goth. It all was incredible.
There's a really great video I watched about the color theory with all of the costuming within Frankenstein that just really elevates the movie as far as like who these characters are and how they relate to each other.
The only character that gets to wear red is Mia Goth's character. And just, I love the way that they put the creature together, because it did not look like any Frankenstein we've had before, which I thought was really interesting.
I'd say the same about The Bride.
Oof.
Okay, cinematography, Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Tracy,
not even a
your
Train
first pick?
Dreams mention?
I know.
That was surprising.
I know.
That was very
We should
surprising.
talk about the snubs when they show up like that, because Train Dreams, absolutely a snub.
Bummer.
Beautifully shot film, yeah. I'm going to go with Sinners on this one.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of understated cinematography work in One Battle After Another, but that's for like the hardcore, like they're using, usually when they're doing a car scene, that famous car scene where they're going over the hill, you want a wide angle lens, right? Because you don't want any issues with your depth of field and
You don't want your
everything
audience
else.
to get motion sickness.
They're using zoom
telephoto
lenses, telephoto lenses with they said that the depth of field was like a half an inch. They have a guy on the front of the car adjusting the focus as the car is moving.
Wow.
And they did it in the first take, and they looked at it and they said, it's too good. people will think this is an AI piece, so
Yeah.
they had to shoot it again, and they purposely had him make some mistakes.
Wait, hold on,
Make it bad.
And that's not your choice.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, because to me,
Interesting.
Sinners, the way that they shot that, especially that sequence with all of the musicians.
Yep.
And they did some day for night shots too. Yeah.
Yeah. And just the fact that you're doing Michael B. Jordan twice, and it took me a
Don't we
while.
all?
You can say that now?
I have seen what you have done for others.
Rebecca, are you still center sweep for this?
Yeah. Just because Train Dreams isn't here.
Yeah,
So
you're just mad.
I'm just mad. So I guess Sinners.
Yeah.
See, and I loved everything that Tracy said, except for that he's not picking one battle after another, because I think that will
Yeah.
inevitably end up being the winner. I think Sinners is great, but that moment feels like it's more of a best director nod to like that's going to
Sure.
go to Ryan Coogler, because that sequence cannot be topped by anything else that came out.
Best sequence of the year.
But I loved that ending sequence of one battle, the
Oh,
driving up and down.
truly.
The wide angle
Beautiful.
shots just in that beautiful, the nun area, right? Where you see Sean Penn walking up to the daughter. Just incredible.
Yeah, I agree. It's one battle after another. I think even though there are a lot of dialogue shots, everything feels claustrophobic. 'Cause they really want to drive you towards tension. And I think the shots do the heavy lifting there.
As you can tell in this show, we are already starting the battle between Sinners and one battle after another.
Yeah.
It really will come down to them. But the technical aspects, I do think is a little bit more up for grabs, but that's what makes it interesting. So let's jump into these two, because this is a combination, in my opinion. Best original song and best animated feature. And I think we know where I'm going. And it's
My
gonna
soda
be
pop.
golden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I wish it were sold
I'm
as
your
soda
soda pop?
I just love that movie. I just want to sing it.
Dad movie.
Dads are the fan base.
F1.
Dads love K-pop and F1.
Smoking meat.
So music, we've got Dear Me, Diane Warren, Relentless.
Maybe this is Diane Warren's year, baby.
Diane Warren
Burn
has
it down.
tried for a long time with this. Golden K-pop Demon Hunters, Highest to Lowest, which, a lot of people were pretty lukewarm on that. I loved that movie, especially the music. Like, there was
Sure.
some great piano in that was just like, oh, this is so fun. I Lied to You, Sinners. That's the one where it's like, if it can't go to Golden,
And he
it's
had
gotta
to
go
learn how to
that-
play
that
the
song.
guitar like
kid-
so fast.
He had, what, 3 months
Yeah.
to learn how to play? And he's playing up with Buddy
With
Guy.
Buddy Guy.
Yeah,
My
and he's got a
gosh, no
sound
pressure.
competent
Yeah.
too.
But it's going to K-pop.
It's going to
Yeah.
be K-pop, but
Nothing.
Not because it's good, but
It
because
is
it is
good.
the
Wow.
most. Because it's
it's
the
a-
most pervasive.
it's a banger.
What do you mean? They didn't even believe in the movie when
Yeah.
it came out. Like
Netflix is like, we'll release it some weekend. And then everyone's like, wait a minute.
Sony was like, we are selling this pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
It kicked in every single door with that song. Like, no.
Yeah,
one
I
saw
know.
that
I'm not
movie.
saying it's a good song. I'm just saying it because it's so pervasive and in the zeitgeist.
So it's like a let it go
Because
sort of thing.
everyone's kids was lieslining to it on repeat. That's why people are exactly.
Why,
that's
why would Oscars pick the popular one? Doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. I do think if it goes to I Lied to You, I will still be happy.
Yeah, totally.
I would be happy with either
But
one.
are we all in agreement that Golden is going to be the winner?
That's going to be the winner.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Now, the Utah Film Critics Association, y'all voted in this case to give Little Amelie Best Animated.
Because it's the one that should win.
No,
No, it's not.
I
This is
I
the
agree
thing.
with you.
Thank
on
you.
That, yes.
But do you think that this is going to travel into the Academy, and do you think that they are going to give another animated the deserved spot the K-pop should have?
It's gonna
It's
go to
gonna be Amelie.
K-pop. No, it's gonna be
think-
K-pop.
I think Amelie's going to pull this one out.
Do you think the
I
Oscars
do.
can be like, here's the hipster movie that could?
I don't want to upset the TikTok crowd, though.
I think
TikTok
it
is going to
is.
go after
It
them.
is
I think
going
they
to
want
be
to
K-pop.
award Golden and K-pop Demon Hunters because they're drawing people to the Oscars by awarding or
Yeah.
nominating
Yeah.
these movies.
Yep. Now, is it kind of a tried and true thing that whatever live performance happens at the Oscar usually is the one that didn't win?
Oh. Because it's
Because I could see I Lied to You being a live performance, but also Golden has to be too.
well, only
Golden's
those
got to
two
be
will
live.
Well, Golden
Yes.
is Golden
Yeah.
is live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that will be happening.
Yeah, Golden and I Lied to You.
Yeah, that's
like
it.
they're
Okay.
both confirmed.
Right.
So I think we all know them. It's going to be between those two.
Yeah.
There's Train Dreams is in that, weirdly enough.
Because it's such a good song,
It's a
you
great
guys.
song. It's a great closer.
Sadness.
It's
Yeah,
fitting.
Nick Cave.
It's,
Yeah, Nick Cave.
it's fitting. We'll say that, right?
The hot second that
love-
song drops over the credits, I was like, Movie of the year.
She texted me. I just finished Train Dreams. Oh my God, the final song with Nick.
Love Nick Cave.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going K-pop, and you're the wild card with this with Amelie.
I'm going to go Amelie on
That's
that.
good. Okay. Let's talk international feature film.
I will Venmo you $5 if Little Amelie wins.
All right. On record, witness. Witness.
Yeah,
Oh, lots of witnesses.
Nothing given back if K-pop Demon Hunters wins.
Yeah, he has to Venmo me.
I didn't agree to that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that.
Yeah, right.
I know I'd win. International feature film. We've got The Secret Agent, great movie. We have It Was Just an Accident. We've got Sentimental Value, Surat, and The Voice of Hind Rajab.
So my preferred winner in this category, It Was Just an Accident. I think it's going to go to Sentimental Value.
Because of all the other nominations.
Because of all the other nominations, yeah.
It's so many categories that they're nominated for, but likely will not be winning. I'm imagining this is where most people are going to give it that nomination.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think It Was Just an Accident was anything but. It might be one of the best international
movies.
films in a long
We were
time.
so blessed with the international movies this year. Like last year, the animation category, you're like, how do I pick a winner out of this? This year, international, I'm like,
Well,
They're
to,
just also
oh my
good.
gosh.
to the
they're
point where
all
no
exciting.
other choice didn't even make it to the nominations.
Right?
I
know.
I know.
Oh my
I'm all mad.
gosh.
But what did you pick,
furious.
Kent?
I think Secret Agent could be the wild card here.
It could be.
It could
See,
be,
and I think Wagner Moura could be the underdog
Okay.
for
You
Best
mean
Actor.
That's what it will win for? Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's a long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's not a bad long
impossible.
shot. Yeah.
But I think Sentimental Value is like the odds-on favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
I'm also with It Was Just an Accident. I really, it was just so hard. I really liked the one from Brazil, the
Secret Agent.
Secret Agent, but I felt like I needed to know more about Brazilian politics
Okay.
to really.
Did you not pick that up from I'm Still Here last year?
So, yes, but
Yeah.
It is a trilogy.
Yeah.
so
so what was your pick? I'm sorry.
I'm going to go with One Accident, or It Was Just an Accident.
Okay. That's my want to, but I think I'm going to agree
I'm
with
gonna-
Rebecca. It's
Yeah.
going
It's going to be.
It's gonna
I'm
give
with
you-
you and Rebecca.
Gonna be Sentimental Value,
Sentimental
but
Value
just
will
know
win.
if you're watching at home,
Which is good.
it should be It Was Just an Accident.
And you
Watch
should
it.
watch both.
Oh
Truly.
yeah.
Yep. And that's the other thing. Like a
and
lot of these people
Surat.
don't know where to look for these
Watch.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch
It's
Surat
on
if you want the
Hulu, I
rug
believe.
pulled out from under you.
Surat is.
Seriously.
I almost, and the great thing is when I was screening Surat, like I almost quit after the first 10 minutes because I'm like, all we're getting is Euro dance music.
The power of rave.
It's a rave, and then magic.
And come on, let's move the story. And then I got sucked into the story, and then partway through,
There is such
a moment.
There's such a tonal switch that I had to pause and go do chores.
you texted me.
Because I was so caught off guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I had
going.
to, and there's
Yeah.
another moment later, and I couldn't say anything to you because I didn't want to ruin it.
You're like, which part is it?
Yeah.
I couldn't be like, yeah, which one? Yeah.
Okay, documentary. This one's stacked, and I'm just going to read the Rotten Tomato scores for each one. 100, 99.
Oh,
Wow.
This is a stacked list
one's
of
99?
documentaries. 99 is the one that I want to win, The Perfect Neighbor.
Okay.
I think that there's two that feel similar, the Alabama Solution and The Perfect Neighbor.
Yeah.
And I think The Perfect Neighbor just spoke to me a little bit more. And honestly, that was one where I don't know why that wasn't put up for best editing.
Yeah.
Because the editing of the body cam footage of that
Truly.
is insane. And how sucked into it. It almost feels like when, I don't know if you guys go through rabbit holes. Do you ever go down a rabbit hole?
Oh, yeah.
You
Where
guys ever
suddenly
go
it's
to
2 a.m.
just
rabbit
body
holes?
cam footage and you're like, what am I about to
I
watch?
do.
Yeah, that's what it
hate
feels
it.
like. That suspense of like, what is about to happen next?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it was such a recent news story
Yeah.
too that like I
still
remembered it
hurts.
so vividly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sat next to the family at the premiere screening at Sundance, and that was heavy.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Alabama Solution. That was one to me where this is an opportunity to make societal change. Perfect Neighbor is brilliant. All of these movies
Yes.
are fantastic in this category, but to me, the fact that these men are risking their lives to get the footage out to try and make changes.
Yeah.
I agree with Tracy. I'm going with Alabama Solution.
Great choice.
wild
Perfect
card?
neighbor for me.
Oh, I
What are the other
It hit me.
options?
no,
Come See Me in
Mr.
the
Nobody
Good Light.
against Putin, Cutting Through Rocks, and Come See Me in the Good Light. Yep. So
All
between
great.
those, it really does come down
Come
to
See
Perfect
Me in the
Neighbor and
Good Light.
Alabama
That one hit me right in the feels.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, great options all around. For writing, this is we're going to talk adapted and original. So Adapted screenplay, we've got Begonia, we've got Frankenstein, we've got Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and we got Train Dreams. And I'm voting Train Dreams.
Are you?
Yep.
Okay.
Why not?
Well, it just gotta have
Martino, I
something.
think
It was like, isn't it just a sonnet? It's just a sonnet.
No, it's a novella.
It's a very short novella.
Yeah. Very short. What they were able to bring out from that, like, and it really is, like, the cinematography is one thing, and we've been talking about that, but the way that the story unravels itself is incredible, and I think that only comes from the screenplay.
I am gonna go Hamnet because so I saw the movie. I wasn't as in love with it as everybody else seemed to be. And then when they won at the Golden Globes, Steven Spielberg gave this great speech about how he finished the book and there was only one person he knew who could adapt it, and that was Chloe Zhao. I finished the book and I was like, Steven Spielberg was 1,000% correct because this book is so beautiful that Chloe Zhao was really the only person who could do it. And I thought it was a great adaptation.
Okay.
One Battle After Another. Okay. I think it almost feels like it was all Paul Thomas Anderson from the beginning, and it just fits perfectly in the filmography, and it's just tight. Dialogue
Spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah.
About 20 years, right?
I think so.
About 20 years long.
It's been a long time on it.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson film.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
This one, I felt like it was the most human of his movies, the most easily connectable.
Sure.
A lot of his stuff, he's kind of a cold feeling.
Yeah.
He feels distant in a lot of his movies. And in this one, I'm like, oh, he's actually allowing some emotional impact here. This is nice.
Story.
I'm going to go with Rebecca. I think Hamnet, though, is going to be
I hope it does win.
Man, did
the
we
winner on
sit
this.
together because we're just like choosing stuff?
I know. Fine, guys. Let's make a bet.
The lines are being drawn.
Before this, or-
Yeah.
Okay, I see what's happening. I'm sussing this out. Train Dreams definitely, I think, is the wild card in that.
it is.
It will come down to One Battle After Another versus Hamnet.
Yeah,
at the end of the
I think
day.
so.
But let's hope for Train Dreams. Original screenplay, we've got Blue Moon. Maybe the first thing that it's really up for.
Yeah,
as
which
opposed to,
was really
except for
good.
It was a good
Yeah.
It was
screenplay.
great.
Yeah,
Would you watch it again?
I would.
You would. I don't know if I could.
I don't think
I love Ethan Hawke so
Tiny Ethan
much. I love Tiny Ethan Hawke so much that I would watch it again.
Yeah.
it was just an accident. Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and the one that I think will win is Sinners in this.
I kind of think it's going to go to Sentimental Value.
So
That's
dialogue
interesting.
heavy.
Dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
One of those love letters to filmmaking.
And you have the father-daughter damage dynamic that the
Father-daughter,
Academy loves.
yeah. And then you also have that whole like lost in translation aspect of it as well with like Elle Fanning's character. I don't know. I feel like
I
it
could
go to
read
Sentimental
that
Value.
as a tech. You know how they do the TikTok reels where they give you the script as you're watching it. I could watch that, right? But I kind of already know. Like the dialogue is going to say the things that we've already seen. I have no idea how they wrote that scene in Sinners.
Right.
Of going through time and music, and that right there is kind of like. I need to know how that was written down.
Yeah.
Like what exactly that was. And for it to work out the way it did. I think Ryan Coogler, and this is one of the only original films to make so much money this year. And that's where I'm like, popular choice is also sometimes the right choice.
And to make a character piece for 75% of the movie in a monster movie.
Right.
Right? That's pretty great.
Some of the craziest lines of dialogue of the year.
Like
also.
y'all
Haley
plan?
Steinfeld.
But I do think odds-on favorite, maybe Sentimental Value.
I think so. It's got some beautifully written dialogue. It's got some great monologues, which the actors can really get into.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's got the lost in translation, the nod to filmmaking, and father-daughter overcoming dynamic.
All the things that Oscar loves.
Loves those things.
Yeah.
So
Get over here, Kent.
I'm gonna to pick different stuff. Okay. Okay. So it comes down to Sinners or Sentimental Value. Marty Supreme. Why didn't that make the list for you guys?
I think there's some bad blood with Marty Supreme right now. We're going to get into it.
Can we address this?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get on my soapbox.
Okay.
I want to address it. Hold on.
the can has been opened. Okay.
I think you'll like what I have to say on this because I am against the random day before voting ends. Suddenly these articles come
It's all
out saying
campaigning
that
from 4
Rose
years ago.
Byrne,
Yeah.
is it Rose Byrne that she doesn't like cats?
No, it's Jessie Buckley.
That Jessie
Buckley.
Buckley doesn't like cats. That Timothée Chalamet is
Doesn't
who
like
he
opera
is.
and ballet.
Yeah, that.
From an interview from 2019
Yeah.
when he was small-brained child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's barely just above that now.
Yeah.
But he's progressed.
He's a small-brained adult.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sick of the politics stuff on that. At the end of the day, you should judge it on what the film was and not what the actors do.
As critics, we've seen the campaigns that have been spent a lot of money on.
This has been the world's longest award season of all time.
Can we all vote that January should be the Oscars?
I think February is God intended. Because and we'll get to when, like, Best Actress, but, like, you know how, like, an actress wins, and then the worst movie they've ever made in their entire lives comes out. If the Oscars were in February, like God intended, The Bride would have made sense.
It's like, have some fun with this instead of, like, sabotaging your win. Yeah. She's still gonna win.
Get there,
So the floor is yours. You said you had to.
No, that was it.
I say it right?
Are you saying leave Marty Supreme alone?
Leave Marty Supreme alone. I think it's stupid to release that to track down that interview literally like the day voting closes.
I know.
And an interview from 2019.
Yep.
Yeah.
It reminds me of last year when suddenly there was some random email where someone who probably was a fan of Ariana Grande was like, I want to get some votes for her. Can you help?
Yeah.
We're just like, what is this Gmail that I just got? It makes 0 sense. Tracy, what was your pick?
I gotta say, I think Marty Supreme might be my favorite in terms of like, because you have like, you look at the movie and you're like, okay, that technically is the best. I came out of Marty Supreme and I was like, I was expecting here, because I'm not a big Safdie Brothers fan, and I understand it was only one of them.
I invested early in Marty Supreme stock.
I didn't know much about the story. I just knew it was Timothée Chalamet and ping pong, and I thought, this is going to be a long night. And instead, when the Tears for Fears music starts playing at the beginning, I'm like, okay, we're doing a little bit of Look Who's Talking. All right, I like where we're going here.
Who's talking from like the Inception.
That's what I'm saying. But by the end of that movie, there were lines in that movie where the screening audience gasped out loud.
Yeah, Timothée Chalamet dropped some insane
that was just
lines.
Timothée Chalamet talking.
And any other actor saying those lines would have destroyed that character and that movie. But you go, I'm still interested in this
That's
guy.
why, like, to me, it felt like everything Timothée Chalamet says in Marty Supreme feels improvised.
It does.
Because it's just so solid.
But in the best way. Yeah.
Well, why don't you pick it then?
Because it's not the one that should
that would be
not awarded yet.
that was one that I would like to see win, but I don't think it's going to.
Well, because Sorry Baby wasn't nominated.
Right?
We gave Sorry Baby so much love. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Best casting, I think we can all agree.
This is new.
3, 2, 1.
This is new.
How long will it last? Like
Sinners.
2 years? Is this going to stick around?
Well, it's got to stay there when Stunt shows up.
Stunt better show up.
Yep.
Stunt will show up.
Which, by the way, do we want to give our pick for what Stunt would be if they had that category?
I literally haven't even thought.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
It's Mission
the Tom
Impossible.
Cruise.
From the world of John Wick, ballerina.
Ballerina, maybe. Okay, so casting Sinners, all agree?
Yeah, what are my
Sinners.
other options?
Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle, Secret Agent.
Yeah, Sinners.
Yep, okay. So that was an easy one. Now we are in the performances.
Okay.
All righty. Best Supporting Actor. This is going to be a tight race.
Tough one.
Because I think the votes are going to be split between Benicio del Toro and Sean Penn, both up for one battle after another.
I know who you're picking.
I think with those two votes being split, and my wild card choice for that is going to be Jacob Elordi.
I have my fingers crossed so hard
It's not
for
time.
Jacob Elordi.
It's not time.
I
It's
agree
not
with
time
that.
for Timothy. He might win it still too.
Not anymore.
But I'd rather Jacob.
No, this is going to be a love letter to Delroy Lindo.
It
Don't
better
make
be.
me grab and lift you up by your shirt, Wuthering Heights
Listen,
style.
that's all right. I love it.
Oh,
No, I think
cracking
Delroy
egg.
Lindo has been overshadowed for way too long, and this is such a great role that he gets to just chew on for a while. Hey, Sinners.
Yeah, but that's what I said about Coleman Domingo last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And listen.
Nobody listens to me.
But he still has a great career in front of him. I think just to give a tribute to Delroy Lindo, I think he's
This
gonna-
this
I
is
can see
where
that.
this
And
is
I think
where
it's because
So
the
that
vote
could be
might
the
get
Jamie Lee
split.
Curtis in this situation.
Yeah.
What? No disrespect, but
yeah,
a
but
little bit of
she shouldn't-
disrespect.
She shouldn't have won.
Not for that.
Angela
Not for
Bassett
that
should have won
role.
that.
Yeah.
This is where I do think my Sinners sweep starts.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Delroy Lindo.
I think there's a good chance Benicio will sneak it out. I think Sean Penn gives a better performance.
He does.
In that, without Sean Penn, that movie does not work. And the fact that he was willing to make that, to take on an actor, or to take on a character that is so despicable
Yeah.
and so awful.
So icky.
And he could have made him the big macho.
He did though, but in a
He
pathetic
did,
but in a pathetic
in
way.
this pathetic, I'm a stunted little boy inside of this big man.
Yeah.
That performance was phenomenal to me, and without that, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
so
Benicio-
that's my pick. But
Yeah, because Benicio in that movie,
I've seen Benicio do that before.
but he's great. He's just a silly guy with three small beards.
But I've seen that out of him before.
Yeah, and
You know,
it's
with Sean,
good.
I'm like, I did not see that coming from you, Mr.
Snub for me, Javier Bardem in F1.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with that.
But
That's a good pick.
Jacob Elordi.
I can
think
see him
Jacob
slipping
Elordi
through.
will
He's-
split
Just
the
because
vote,
he's on the
and that's
rise
what-
and supporting
my
actor
underdog.
maybe.
Well, and because if there's any performance in there that was like the top thing in
Yeah.
Frankenstein, it was how soft and gentle and kind this monster was, and the way that
And
they
creature.
and how against
I get so defensive.
how against type he is.
Yeah.
As a person.
he's still
Still very
still
handsome.
ripped and
Yeah.
you know, like against type. Not for Dina. Exactly. Yeah, so that's my pick. But I would be happy with Delroy Lindo and Stellan Skarsgård. I honestly would be happy.
What's he doing here? Get him out of there.
He's the main actor.
Oh.
He's a main actor in the movie. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Actress in a supporting role, we've got Elle Fanning.
Tough.
We've got Sentimental Value. We've got Weapons. We've got Sinners. And One Battle After Another.
Okay.
This is going to be tough, but there is a winner, and I think she's with us right now.
And Gladys?
And Gladys.
And Gladys Weapons.
It's gonna win. I think it's going to be Amy
I will
Madigan.
be furious.
Why? She was great.
Not an Oscar-winning performance.
Oh, absolutely.
When
supporting
Wunmi
role.
Masako is right there.
Without Aunt Gladys, without that character, that movie does not
Okay.
work.
Without Annie and Sinners.
Snub of the year. I love her
I
because
agree.
it's entertaining. She's
But-
great. Snub of the year, Sally Hawkins for bringing her back. I thought
Yes.
she was so incredible.
Oh, yes.
So for horror,
that's
I
not
wish she would-
supporting.
I wish. Well, yeah. I guess she would have been maybe lead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's. I think.
little boy, yeah.
I think Teyana Taylor will win.
I think it's between Tiana
Yeah.
Taylor and Wunmi Masako.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's going to go to Wunmi.
But also, Elle Fanning did so good.
Elle Fanning
And
was
those
great.
jeans.
It was a great one, actually.
That's
Yeah,
a good
there's
guy.
Elle Fanning.
I won't be mad.
The
with
defense I
whoever
will
gets
give
it.
for Elle Fanning is she did have to give a performance of somebody who is a renowned actor in that universe,
Yeah.
struggling with a script
But not
in universe,
quite the
and not
right
quite getting
person.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, we're all
So what'd
we're
you
all
say?
in our own things for this. So
So what
that's
did you
good.
say?
I think it's going to be Amy Madigan.
Okay.
I think Amy
All right.
Madigan
I
gets this
will.
one.
You'll find me on the roof.
Oh, please. Just running.
Make sure you
Yeah.
bend me that $5 first, though.
Yeah, Venmo first.
Then go up on the roof.
Clear your tab. Let's talk leading actor. Timmy Chalamet, Marty Supreme, Lil Timmy.
He was my go-to. Little Tim. Yeah.
Little tea time.
Tim.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Big Timmy, One Battle After Another. Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon. Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, and Wagner Moura, The Secret Agent.
So I think it was Timothy Chalamet.
I think
Yeah.
it was.
It was.
And in fact, I didn't want him to. And we talked about this on the show, where it's like, keep doing good movies. Like, keep being hungry for these good roles. I didn't want him to win. Now he won't.
Remember, I left Marty Supreme going, Timmy, we're getting you that Oscar.
Yeah, you were
Same
stoked.
thing.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny, I think Michael B. Jordan shouldn't win. Because everyone's like, he played two roles. I'm like, he wore different colors.
No,
You
there's
know?
way more. There is way more to that
I
than
don't
just
know.
that.
I don't know.
We
But
have
he's-
someone in the audience, by the way. She just gave you a look.
Yes.
Two separate people.
Very distinct.
He wore red and blue.
No. There's so much more than that.
He's enjoyable in the movie, but he's always Michael B. Jordan.
He did a double performance.
He will win, though.
Okay, well, I don't
See,
like.
do you like that?
Hey, see,
Because you phrased it like he didn't earn it, and he
No,
absolutely
he's
did
good,
earn
but
it.
he's good Michael B.
I
Jordan.
think we can all agree Leonardo DiCaprio's not getting it.
No.
Yeah.
No, and I think
I get that
he's
one.
just here having fun.
But-
Like,
Yeah.
I could tell he's just having fun with what he's doing.
But Wagner Moura, is he the wild card?
He's my underdog.
That was
Okay.
your wild
Yeah.
card pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
I think it still could be Timothy though.
there's an outside chance. And to me, I think Timothy gave the most exhilarating performance of the year. Michael B. Jordan was incredible. And up until I saw Marty Supreme, he was my pick. And then Marty Supreme, I was like, I don't know who else could have done that role.
So take out
But
the recent
take out
articles.
all
What is it for
the
you?
stuff. I'm going with Timmy on this one.
Okay.
For his performance.
His whole speech will be about apologizing to the arts, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Now he'll just
If
brag
he
more.
doesn't win, do we think he's going to lock it down with Kylie Jenner?
I think he's gonna take a tap dancing ballet role.
I think
next.
he will.
The Black Swan,
He'll
too.
break up because I think that's holding him back. I think the celebrity status
Do you
holds
think?
him
Do you
back.
think Kris Jenner was like doing like a whole behind the scenes?
Absolutely.
Cool.
You love this?
What if she was the one that put out the articles?
No, she would
Maybe she
never.
doesn't want him with
Her daughter?
No, but I
Yeah.
think that Kardashian line is taboo for the rest of Hollywood.
Oh, for sure.
for
So he'll want better roles, and so
Well, my pick is going to be Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
I do think that Michael B. and Michael A. Jordan were great in this.
So get out of here.
And deservedly so. Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I love it. Now let's jump into actress. And now this is the one I think is the most surefire. Anybody on their bingo card, this is your free thing, right?
Which sucks because it was such a good year for every single nominee. In a perfect universe, Rose Byrne would win an award for this, would win the Oscar for her performance. And if I had legs, I'd kick you.
Yep.
But it's gotta go to Jessie Buckley.
Now Kate Hudson is the outside possible.
What is she doing here?
Get her out of there.
Get her out of
It is
there.
very much a Oscar-style role.
Oh, very
Yeah.
much so.
It is
Like,
meant
it was
to
built
win
for.
Yeah.
But it's like
Bonkers.
it's good home cooking sort of role, where you're
Yeah.
like, I like you.
Her and
I know
Salt
you.
of the earth woman.
Yeah.
You know, dealing with like gets a
her
little
and
weight,
Amy
loses a
Madigan's
leg.
nominations for me. What are we doing?
Maybe, but the answer is Jessie Buckley.
Jessie Buckley.
100%.
What are my other options?
Absolutely.
You got Rose Byrne, and I think that is
That
the good
is
run.
such
That's
an
the Demi Moore
underrated-
choice.
Wouldn't you be so
Yes.
excited?
Like the
if
Honora
she won?
choice.
Oh
I
my
would
God.
be
That,
jazzed.
Yeah.
that role,
Did you know she's married to Bobby Cannavale?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all.
They're talking relationships.
Renata from Sentimental Value, Emma Stone for Begonia.
Renata will be one
Begonia's kind of,
Emma, great.
Yeah,
Lucha
Jessica
loved.
Clemens
Get,
not
I love
getting
Emma,
nominated
but not
is
for-
a crime.
Emma, you
I
are
think-
loved. Get out of here.
Renata's one of the best actresses working.
Yeah.
And she will have an amazing role in the future.
yeah.
Yep, but Jessie Buckley, that is your guarantee, I would say.
That
for
is
anybody
the
that
lock
wants to
for
put
the
stuff
year.
out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And directing. Here's where we get it. We had two more left, guys, and then we'll jump into regular reviews.
Okay.
Directing, we got Chloe Zhao, Hamnet, Josh Safdie, Marty Supreme, PTA, One Battle After Another, Joaquin Trier from Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Let's start with you, Kent. Who is it?
I think this could be the split. I want to say Ryan Coogler. I think he did so amazing, but I think this is Paul Thomas Anderson's year for directing.
Okay.
Just directing on this one.
I am 100% in agreement with Ken.
Yeah.
I want Coogler to take this home.
Yeah.
I kind of think it's going to go to Paul Thomas Anderson.
Because it's such an accessible movie now. Like a lot of his movies, like you said, haven't been. So I think they'll award that.
I don't think the public liked that movie as much as we think.
Okay.
If
I agree with that.
Craftsmanship.
This is not.
we liked it.
Yeah.
a lot,
Okay.
But I do
Because you
think
got to
there's
remember,
Ryan Coogler has a
everybody who's a
chance.
voting Academy member is not as smart as we are.
And guys, they also watched every movie.
Sure.
No, well, there were
Well, they
some.
signed something that said
if
they
you
did.
if you read like because every Oscar voting season they put out like anonymous ballots and
Yeah.
interview people who voted, and a lot of them were like, I had to abstain from this category because I didn't see everything.
Or
Okay.
I did see some where they're like, I watched like 20 minutes, so it counted.
Oh.
And then I watched 20 minutes and said that I watched it.
But I think this year is going to be so fascinating to see because like people who actually paid attention this year versus like last year when Nora won.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
That-
what were we doing?
That was very
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
Annoying. Tracy, what was your pick?
I agree with everybody so far. I think this is going to be one battle after another for director. I would like to see Coogler win it, but I don't think, unfortunately.
I'm the only one that thinks Coogler's going to take it.
Okay.
And there's an outside chance maybe Chloe Zhao will.
Chloe Zhao, she's my upset. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I could see that. Now let's go to Best Picture. Now this is the one that I have to be a little bit biased towards because for the past 5 years, every time Critics' Choice has picked their Best Picture, it has gone on to win the Oscar for Best Picture.
Okay.
That year, that choice today was One Battle After Another.
Wow.
So I think that's why I'm giving it to Ryan Coogler for directing. Because I think One
So that's
Battle
when the
is
split
going
You're
to
doing the
Like a
inverse.
consolation
Okay.
prize.
They hardly ever give director and picture to the same movie.
Well, Oppenheimer.
Well, when you're Nolan.
was another one.
Yeah.
But in this
Interesting.
case-
You kind of convinced me with the betting odds there.
I think One Battle After Another
He's
is
got some
going to win.
inside baseball knowledge
honestly.
here. That
You see trends, patterns, there's patterns and stuff. But that's my pick. What about you, Rebecca? Who's
I
yours?
think it's Sinners because it's been in the zeitgeist longer. Sinners came out in February
March,
of last year. Like it has been in everybody's public perception for so long.
Well, not only was it critically great, it made so much
Made
money.
so much
Exactly.
money.
And that to me feels like a best picture that most people have seen.
I have
know?
a family member who lives in Arkansas, and she has seen Sinners 6 times. She loves this movie.
Oh, okay.
I kind of think it's going to Sinners.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would like either one. Is there a wild card though that you can think of that's in
Hamnet.
this? Because we've got Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Train Dreams is in there too, and it makes
Train Dreams feels like such a. We have 10. We gotta put it in
Throw something in there.
one more in.
F1, because you guys saw F1 as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What do you think, Tracy?
I'm going to go Sinners on this one. I think Hamnet could be the underdog, but it's a pretty long shot.
Yep.
I think Jesse Buckley's going to get the award for that movie. But we mentioned it before, but that sequence where the worlds collide and you've got the future and the past, the moving camera work, the burning down of the barn, that whole sequence is the best sequence of the year. And the fact that they were able to pull that off, not only on a technical level, but an artistic level, that was brilliant. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are our picks, everybody. It is done, and I cannot wait for you guys to check out the Oscars. Make sure that you're watching it on Sunday night. You can watch it on ABC4, and make sure that you stay after for the post-Oscars coverage and all of that jazz. But that's about all we've got for this, and we are out of the awards conversation.
Finally.
We did it.
So tired of talking about these movies.
How about we switch it up and talk about some movies?
Tell me more.
Yeah. This first one we're going to talk about is coming out next week, but we got a chance to watch this a week ago, which is very unlikely if it's a bad movie.
They're so confident.
When they give you a screening date 2 weeks before the movie comes out, that means they think they've got a really good movie on their hands.
The embargo is lifted, and we are going to talk about Project Hail Mary. This is starring Ryan Gosling. This was going to be a part of our book club thing that we might still do later on, but you're the only one that has read the book, too. Have you read the book?
I have not.
Yeah.
Okay, so you two are the ones that are going into this with preconceived notions about what this is expected to be.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling is incredible in this. Was it exactly what you hoped it would be?
It is a crowd pleaser. I left the movie trying to decide if I should give it 4.5 stars or 5 stars. 4.5. Only because my love of the book really overshadowed my perception of the movie. I loved the movie, do not get me wrong. I did absolutely love the movie. There are elements of the book that were removed, but it makes sense, right? Like, to make it a more accessible movie for a grand audience, they had to kind of simplify it. And I really love what they did. I would love this as a series, just to spend more time on the Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling and Rocky, but overall, total crowd pleaser and stunning. See it on the biggest screen possible.
Yep.
But
It's totally. It's weird that it's a crowd pleaser because it's slow, right? It's just conversations between Grace and something else. I don't know if I want to spoil it. Do people know what's happening?
He's in the trailer.
It's all in the
Okay, Rocky.
The story is a boy and his dog in space.
Yeah. But it's
A boy and his pet rock.
There's not a lot of action. There's traumatic things that happen.
Right.
There's things you need to deal with in space, but it's a lot of conversations and just understanding and communication, and I love that. This feels Spielbergian. Is this made by Amblin? Because it feels like it. In that way, it feels like an 80s movie that everyone would have loved for decades, and I'm so glad we're getting it this year.
I saw a little bit of Interstellar with this, too,
Yeah.
where we have
it's E.T. and Interstellar.
We have the charm and the heart from the practical effects that they're using, which is so great. I love that they're using actual real puppet stuff that they can use, but also it has that kind of analytical look at what is happening to the world at that point. They're not like The Martian, where they're going really deep into the science, and we talked about this a little bit after the screening, that maybe some of the science could have been explained better. I'll let you get to that, but I think this is definitely one that everyone is going to like. This is a crowd pleaser, and there's so much heart to it, and I just think our lead is one of the best leads in these types of things. He already was in space with First Man, and I completely forgot about that with this one. Greg Fraser, and he was Space Barbie. Greg Fraser is the cinematographer. He also did Dune and the Batman. Incredible cinematography. Don't like how they were bragging about how they don't use green or blue screens, but still had over 200 VFX shots. Because I feel like that's talking down to the VFX artists, and they did a lot of good things for this. But Tracy, go on.
This is the rare movie where I will say it was too short.
It's 2 hours
and
and 36
it's 2.5 hours long.
It is.
Well, that's why I want a series, because we could spend more time, because the book is so science forward without ever making you feel stupid. And they take a lot of that out of the movie, which is, I understand, I get it. Me, science lover, would have loved to see a little bit more of the
And
science.
to me, The Martian, same author, same screenwriter. The Martian does a better job of walking you through the science as it's happening Matt Damon says, I need food. Okay, what do I have? I have potatoes. Okay, how do I grow potatoes? And so he's walking you through those steps.
People
How does he grow the potatoes?
Here,
People walked out of The Martian going, I can't believe that was a true story.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
I want names.
Yeah.
Who did that?
Was it?
Well, you're right. This one, they wibbly wobbly,
it was kind of like, okay, here's astrophage, which is a very important key moment to the story, and we're going to give it like 2 lines of dialogue while we're walking away from the camera. And it was like, because you have a big moment, because the story's told in a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah.
There's a key moment where it's like I understood what happened. I didn't understand why it happened. And that happened twice towards the end of the movie. And then at the end of the movie, I said to Rebecca, I said, the final couple of moments of the movie, I wasn't quite sure where we were.
You're touching on something important here.
I think I know where we are, but I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
And so to me, if you had like 30 seconds here, 45 seconds here, just little bits of a little bit more scientific discussion, that would have, to me, made this a home run. I'm still going to give this an A-. Ryan Gosling is incredible. The practical effects, the
sound design.
The sound design and the score was stunning. So good.
And the voice of Rocky was fantastic. I loved it, and I did not know much about it going into it.
What you were saying, though, about what this, like, you wanted more time, I think the editing was the problem more than anything.
Okay.
Like, the nonlinear stuff did get weird because they ended what should have happened in the midpoint. Like, knowing exactly how he got to this point should have happened midpoint. Then the rest of the story could have happened. But to just do that towards the third act still, you're still trying to wrap up certain things. And then they had, this is one of my complaints, it's like the dark movies for horror movies when it's just the brightness too down. If you have rules about science and sound in space and how sound happens in space, and it's been quiet the whole time, you can't put in a shing sound effect when it pulls out a pocket knife in space. It just doesn't work for me.
And to me, like they mention at first that he does not have his memory, and you can see him getting his memory back a little bit in the first, and it feels like towards the end it felt more like a flashback, because there's moments where he's regaining a memory that should have floored him.
Yeah.
We should have seen a bigger reaction from him of, oh my gosh, I just remembered. And I didn't, and I've heard in the book you get that.
So there's some stuff in the third act that I really wish they could have spent more time on. But
Dramatic.
yeah,
Because there's a couple moments where it should have been.
There was a thing that happened. There's a crucial thing that happens in the book, and I remember I looked at my watch and I'm like, there's 20 minutes left in this movie. How are they going to do this? So I do wish they would have spent more time on the third act. But that's the whole storytelling device of like telling the story through flashbacks is you learn along with him what the deal is.
I just wanted more of his reaction as he's remembering these things.
Yeah. Sure.
Instead of just, now we're moving to the
him being
next
normal, yeah.
spot.
I want him to get on with it.
Get over it.
I want to see cute rock. I don't care what's
Got
happening.
20 more minutes you guys would be down with?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
But it's to see it from all of us.
Yeah.
This is
Absolutely.
one of the tops that are coming out this
Go
year.
to the theater, see it on the IMAX.
The biggest theater.
Yep. And again, I was very impressed with them towing the line of doing a space movie, but not trying to make it E.T., but
Yes.
still bringing that same heart. Very
Yeah.
Spielberg, just like you said. This is to see it from all of us. But if you're going out this weekend, I don't know why you would. You should be watching the Oscars and need to check out something. Undertone is out.
Yeah.
We talked about this a little bit during our Sundance recap.
Yeah.
Now, you two had a chance to see it.
Yes.
These two saw it at
Tracy and I,
Sundance.
we're sitting at proper spots right now. We saw this at Sundance.
I'm in the.
And we couldn't be more opposite here, but I want to understand also and give my opinion on
We
this
got
one.
we got 4 minutes of understanding.
So, Undertone is one of these Sundance movies. It's almost like a bottle episode where you have a female podcaster and she is just doing a show with a guy overseas. And they do a supernatural podcast, and then they get sent some audio. It says, hey, I've got an idea for a show. You guys play this audio and talk about it from a mysterious source.
10 pieces.
Yeah, and the more they play, and it's over the course of a couple nights, the more they play, the worse things get for her. So it is this woman and her comatose mother, they are the only actors in the movie. And for that reason, I was like, and it feels very Sundance-y, but I was like, I'm so in. Because she has to carry this movie all by herself.
Yeah.
And to me, she does. And it's a slow burn. It's one of these movies where you're hoping the payoff is worth it. And maybe that's what's missing.
Partly. I felt the pacing was really off on this movie. There was a lot of hype going into this movie at Sundance. Like everybody is like, A24, this is the scariest movie. And I'm sitting there going, I'm not scared. You're playing a nursery rhyme backwards slow. That doesn't
this
scare
is 2026.
me. Now, on a
Sundance.
technical, on a technical level, yes, the sound design was really well done. There was some
like,
cool technical stuff that they
see
did.
it like in a Dolby, like if you have like a Dolby system, like
It's
that
sound forward.
crucial, very crucial.
But I didn't really care for the female actress. I thought she was okay, but not strong enough to carry it by herself.
Yeah.
The podcast mate was driving me crazy. And I just felt like the ending didn't pay off. Like it didn't fit in with the rest of the story to
You
me.
said you're dumb.
As a podcaster.
I came out of it going,
If you would like a middle of the road,
please.
I've seen worse. I thought this movie was fine.
Yeah.
My truly my only criticism is the pace with which she was recording a singular podcast episode. They would record, they would get on together, record for 3 minutes, and say,
Let's
pick this up. Let's pick this
You're
up in 2 days. And I'm like, as a female podcaster, I thought that was insane.
Yeah, you know you're going an hour and a half, and you're like, we'll edit this later.
This could have been a really good 45-minute Black Mirror
In
episode.
fact, I wish it was just one setting. She was sat down to record this podcast, and it escalated.
that could have been more
Would have
interesting
been great.
to me.
Yeah.
However, we did need the scary stuff upstairs in the mother's room and whatnot. I loved the ending. To me, this was Blair Witch-esque, where it just was like, what's going to happen, what's going to happen? And then when it did, I was like, I have the chills. And they lasted for like an hour.
Now, is this like Skinamarink?
No, thankfully.
So here's what I got from this movie. I hope this is someone's Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Activity.
He's doing the next Paranormal Activity. He's directing the next one.
The first one messed me up. Messed me up to this day.
Right.
Like I cannot go to sleep without listening to like the TV or a podcast or something.
Yeah.
I hope this movie does that for somebody. Because it's not, like I said, I've seen worse. I don't think it's that bad.
If I had seen this just at Sundance without all the hype building, I would have gone, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I was expecting.
Of course, especially the hyperbole.
And when you have
You're giving it a skip it,
A24,
though, right?
I'm giving it a skip it. I did not like it.
Yeah.
I think A24, like, bring her back. Hereditary, there's so much better A24 horror.
Yeah, but there's also
than this
worse.
one. Oh, for sure. For sure.
But it's also straightforward, and I think that's what people are getting tired of from A24.
I thought there was a lot of really creative filmmaking within this movie. There's a lot of really great camera shots. The audio design was spectacular.
And any movie that can make me look in the distance for the horror, I'm like, okay.
Well, and that's the thing is like we watch a lot of horror.
Could you see the distance? Was it lit properly?
There was
Yes, it was great.
there was one or two shots where like if you're looking at a bright light and then you look away and you have like a light shot, like a light residual thing. There was that happening in the background, and it was cool.
And it was all purposeful. Like the camera would tilt like a clock ticking.
It was fun. But I've seen worse.
Yeah. I've seen
Fun,
worse.
but I've seen worse.
Yeah.
All right.
But it was my least favorite Sundance film.
Right, yeah.
So.
That's a bold.
But everything I saw at Sundance, I'm like, this is top tier stuff. And then I saw this one, and
I
it,
don't
by
know,
itself, I go, it's mid.
I've seen a lot of
I've seen
terrible
a lot of
horror
worse,
movies at Sundance.
But in terms of what I saw this year, this was my least favorite film.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're in between
I loved it.
our viewers. If you want to check this out, it's up to you. You know, run the risk, or if you prefer Tracy's takes, go for it.
And that's the great thing with art and being a critic.
Isn't that great?
Like everybody, it's all
different views.
subjective.
I love it.
And,
We still share popcorn at the movies.
absolutely.
That's what I love about this show, to be honest, is that we all get to have different takes, even if it's one couch versus the other couch.
Sure. Which it has been.
or if it's split, where like me and you are a little bit more on the same side. But either way, it all comes together in the end.
Totally.
And this is awesome. The last thing that we got for this, and it's very fitting because it's my favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. It might be one of my favorite movies of all time. The Secret of the Ooze. This came out in '92.
Yeah.
And it's stuck with me ever since. We've got some of the best Frank Oz puppet work ever.
Yeah.
Like rivaling Yoda in Empire Strikes Back, rivaling Kermit even.
Yeah.
Because even when you watch a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie now, I know we have the animated versions, that those had their place too, you still want to see that
Yes.
instead. I would still rather a guy in a suit doing karate than Michael Bay making us weird alien turtles, or even Seth Rogen giving us a really charming movie.
There's no reason those first 2 movies were as good as they were.
There's every reason.
Well, I mean,
It's something that no one had done at this point. Can I just explain this real quick?
I'm going to let you talk, but let me.
Superhero movies, we're always talking about, oh, Christopher Reeve Superman, Richard Donner, he really made it all work. Or like we talk about Tim Burton, and we'd never seen anything like this. Same goes for the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where they took it seriously. These were not serious things that they were doing. Sure, the comics were, but they took the subject matter seriously. The part where Raphael is tearing up with Splinter as a Force Ghost, it's one of the most like pretty much.
It somehow works.
I've not seen this movie.
Yeah, okay. What?
Movie marathon.
Shocker, shocker. A movie comes out before 1995. I haven't seen
Listen,
it.
they're
I don't get that.
surprisingly deep.
Why?
They're very worth watching.
Sure.
And the opening scene in this is one of the best openings ever.
Yeah.
They're at a abandoned mall that's getting robbed currently. The turtles come in, and it is just a montage of the silliest stuff.
Yeah.
Donatello's playing with one of those bounce things that comes back and hits you.
A ball?
No, it's like a
one of
stand-up
those,
inflatable like clown thing.
Bop 'em.
So he would push, and he was like, yeah, like he liked like messing with that. Michelangelo grabbing the cold cuts from the deli area and just nunchucking them to people.
It could have been more violent. Like, I would have loved the movie more, but it's also for kids.
It's yeah.
Leonardo doesn't use his swords in that one. It makes me sad.
Boo.
I know.
You got Toka and Razor.
Oh, yeah.
The first introduction to that. You've got Super Shredder, which is like Shredder but super.
Whoa.
Like
Yeah,
it gets
Vanilla.
even bigger. Vanilla Ice, which we don't talk too
Go
much about
Ninja,
that
go
anymore.
Ninja.
Yeah, like it's some of the most iconic music attached to like theme songs for a superhero movie.
Yeah.
And I consider this.
Is this like a cornerstone for your adolescent?
It's like a
super-
Matrix opening. Like it's, this and Batman were my two. This, Batman, and
This
Star
was your
Wars were my
childhood.
3
Okay.
childhood going up.
Okay.
And I even like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. So like,
Okay.
I'm
That's
real
love.
messed up.
That is love.
That opening in the subway is incredible. There was a recast for April O'Neil. I think she's not as strong as the first April, but still holds her own on it. I love who is the actor that is like
Casey Jones.
No, the pizza delivery guy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the actual actor's name, but he was very fun in this. I love seeing him try to infiltrate the Foot Clan, and yeah.
I was not expecting a passionate deep dive dissertation on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, but I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not as strong as the first one.
Okay.
It delves more into the silliness nature that ends up going into the third way too far
usually trilogies do.
But so why are we talking about it?
because it's out in theaters again.
Okay.
It is the 30th anniversary.
You want to go?
I got the Oscars.
He'll share his popcorn with you.
Yeah, indeed.
If what was the bet that you guys had?
$5.
If Little Amelie wins, I sent him $5.
Can she just go to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles instead?
Sure.
I think that'll work pretty well. Yeah, it's a see it, and seeing it in theaters, I never got a chance to because
There
I
you
was
go.
just a baby when it came out. So it would be
Oh, I'm so old.
to be able to go and check this out in a theater, see it on the big screen, and that about does it for our See It or Skip It for ABC4.
You got plenty of options this week.
So many options. I hope that everybody checks out the Oscars still, because I want to know what your thoughts were, what your predictions were. Make sure that you let all of us know. And I just want to thank you guys for doing this show with me every week. Whatever craziness I would throw your way, you would be game for it, whether it be throwing a fan in your face for a weird clip,
Dying.
or dying, and
Yeah.
us filming that.
No.
Crazy, you're back.
Doing a weapons run.
Weapons run.
No, thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah,
like this is
yeah,
something
this is
that
so fun.
that kind of I was maybe going to retire from being a critic, and then I was like, I want to help Patrick out. That would be really cool. And here we are,
Yep.
a year later, and I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, this has been so fun. I just love talking about movies with my friends.
Yeah.
It's like Paul Rudd at the end of Hot Ones. Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Look at us.
So thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, of course. We also need to thank our partners in this, ABC4 and Nexstar, who have let us have this show for a year now. It's a little over a year that we've been doing this. Having this beautiful set to be able to do this on has been a dream. I always get comments about how much people love the production value. Please stay. It'll be different, but it'll be cool.
Yeah.
It's like a cool basement vibe now. I'm just so stoked for the future. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Make sure that you follow all of these wonderful people. Tracy at Movies That Make Us, Rebecca at The Geek Show Podcast and TV Show in Space, and Kent Bacon Sale, Showtime Showdown, and me at Cedar Skip It. Thank you again so much. Wow.
There we go. Beauty.
Done.
Well
As
done.
we go
Wrap.
on, we remember all the time.
I don't watch 90s movies, but I will sing all of them.